What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video is going to be about the Stephen A. Smith show. And apparently ESPN has done something to Stephen A. Smith's contract. So let's see what happened.
Is upon us. There's a couple of things that I needed to get into. I'll get into some football stuff as well, but I just have to say this. It needs to be addressed. For some inexplicable reason, Jonathan, Nuno, everybody, for some inexplicable reason, I have been all over the news. I can't believe it. I have been all over the news. Now, what say you would be remotely newsworthy about me? Andrew Marchand, former colleague at ESPN, now writing for the New York Post, writes an article speculating what I am worth. And for some odd reason, people have struggled to read. Because they've read that article, and a whole bunch of people out there have an opinion about ESPN actually giving me X, Y, and Z. First of all, I am under contract for another 2 years. Secondly, there is no negotiation that's going on that I am aware of. And it's my life, so I would be aware of it. No negotiation going on about me. Thirdly, if it did happen, it'd be none of your damn business until it was finalized.
So with that said, apparently from what I understand, ESPN is giving Stephen A. Smith an extra $10 million per year on his contract. So that's basically $10 million a year bonus on top of the contract he has now. He's not restructuring his contract. He's not getting a new contract. He's still under contract, but ESPN is being very nice and giving Stephen A. Smith an extra $10 million a year. Let me take that back. They're not being nice because Stephen A. deserves it. Stephen A. busts his butt everywhere he goes. So we'll get into that later, but let's keep going with what Stephen A. has to say.
Point number one. Point number two. I respect and love this business. I am honored to be a member of the ESPN family. Whatever happens in my future happens. If something happens and a contract offer comes my way and I like it, beautiful. If it doesn't come my way, I still got 2 years.
I completely understand, Stephen A. If somebody offers you more money, a better situation to leave ESPN or to leave First Take, go get your money, man. Go get your money. I'm going to follow you everywhere you go. For you guys that don't know, Stephen A. Smith busts his butt everywhere he goes. He's at all the basketball games. He's at the football games. I mean, he's at baseball games. This guy flies across country overnight. You can see Stephen A. Smith everywhere. Plus, he's doing First Take. Plus, he has this radio show. Stephen A. Smith is everywhere. Charles Barkley even clowned him about how Stephen Smith is everywhere and how ESPN is running Stephen A. Smith into the ground. So he deserves an extra $10 million a year. Actually, he deserves an extra $20 million a year on top of his normal contract. So let's keep going and hear what he has to say.
And I'm going to show up and do my job to the best of my ability. Sometimes, most times, I'm going to be pretty damn good at what I'm doing, if not great. Other times, I'm going to slip up. When you talk 20 live hours a week, and that's just half the damn job you do, things happen.
So I can say that I've never seen Stephen A. Smith mess up or anything like that. The only thing I may have seen him do is maybe fall asleep during the interview, during the show, because he's working 23 and a half hours a day for ESPN, flying across country, being at all the popular games, bouncing around, doing his show, doing the First Take, bouncing off, going to Tom and Tom or whoever else, top shows on ESPN. Stephen A. Smith is everywhere. He's everywhere and does a great job. So he deserves everything he gets. I never see him mess up. Considering everything he's done and does. So let's keep going.
So whatever happens, happens. All I wanted to say is that there is no contract. There is no contract negotiations that I am aware of. And people out there, people who feel that I deserve it, thank you. People who have written, I deserve more, thank you very much.
You do deserve more, Stephen A. Smith, because like I said, you bust your butt. You were everywhere. And you give hard, cold facts and statistics and everything that you would want from a sports show, from a reporter. He's very professional. Stephen A. Smith is the full package. He's everything you'd want in a sports reporter. So let's keep going.
Because your opinion would side with me. But I'm cool and I'm happy and I like what I'm doing now and I'm perfectly content serving out the final 2 years of my contract here. So everybody cool out and relax, okay? Enough with the congratulations about something that I don't need to be congratulated for because there's no contract negotiation.
No, Stephen A. Smith, congratulations. You deserve it. And ESPN knows what they have in a diamond like you. They know because they know you're the best reporter out there. If not the best, as good as the best can be out there as a sports reporter. And they want to lock you down, give you an extra $10 million a year that you should be deserving in the beginning anyways. But just like with sports athletes, a team knows they better lock down one of their key players, one of the best players. They're doing the same thing to Stephen A. Smith. ESPN's like, you know what? We better lock down Stephen A. Smith. Let's give him an extra $10 million a year, even though he didn't ask for it, even though it's not even his contract. We're going to pay you extra because that's what you deserve. So let's keep going.
And I can assure you, I'm not making what they're saying I'm making. I can promise you that. And for the record, no disrespect to anybody, I have yet to see a number out there that I don't believe I don't deserve. My work ethic, my commitment to excellence, what I strive to do every day, and what I bring to the table for any damn body that I work for. I put myself up against anybody on this planet. So let me be very, very clear about that. But whatever happens, happens. I've never been happier in my career than I am right now. And I've got a team that works with me, that supports me every single day. To the people here on this radio show with Nuno and John and Cat Pastor, Trod Keller's leadership over the audio department, to Dave Roberts, probably the greatest boss I've ever had in my life, to Norby Williamson and Jimmy Pitaro and Connor Shell, phenomenal guys, incredibly knowledgeable about this business that makes it an honor for me to work with them and for them every day. And to the people on First Take, especially people in the background, the Chuck Solaturos of the world, the Antoine Lewis, Brian Borks, the Kevin Reeders of the world, Dominique Collins. I mean, these people are fantastic. I'm living the good life. For however long that lasts, I'm living a good life.
Well, Stephen A., I think you have a lot more years, a ton of more years, because you can report to the day you die. So I think you have a lot more years coming. And ESPN, like I said, they're being smart and giving you an extra $10 million on your contract a year that you didn't ask for, but you deserve it. By far, you deserve it. So I hope come contract time in 2 years for you that ESPN pays you what you're worth, which would be hard to do, but hope they pay you what you're worth and don't try and say, well, we gave you $10 million extra, the past 2 years that wasn't on your contract, so we're going to give you the average contract. They better give that man everything. They better give that man a $50 million contract because that's what Stephen A. Smith deserves. So let's keep going.
I'm working for the worldwide leader. It ain't bad. And possibly the happiest part of my moment, of my career, is the representation